Okay, this video is of the GWS p-40 Warhawk. Was a fairly easy build. All the pieces fit real nice. One suggestion I would make is I bought a foam kind of sponge sandpaper block that you can get at your local hardware store. Made it real nice for taking all the pieces that had to be cut out and kind of just sanding off the little extra bits and stuff like that that kind of hang out and make the fit up not so nice and neat. Like here in between the grooves where you have to cut out your ailerons and then of course put them back with the hinges. It made it real nice to make sure that I just had a nice clean fit with a good gap equally between the spaces with no little fuzzies and foam pieces left and things such as that. The other thing that I would mention to think of is you'll probably make your own assessment as you look through the manual, is the location for pretty much everything on the p-40 is quite strange. You're looking at the battery compartment right here, which you'll see a hole in the back that kind of connects with the three other locations that the kit has for your electronics and things such as that. Here on the lower portion, right down in here, you will see and find that there is a pocket as well as the one up here on top that has a hole like the one on top connecting to the middle that also connects to this one. So just so you get an idea, I decided to take my speed controller and slip it through the hole in the front that connects into this slot, and then run my wiring, so my throttle, my throttle control, and then my power connector up here through the top, leaving my power connector in the middle cavity, and then taking my battery connector up through to the top, which you could see right here if I pull it out with my finger. You can see my battery connector and my lovely duct tape job. Yeah, so this is my second plane that I've ever built. So, and I'm not a craftsman in this area by any means. So, like I said, the kit was a pretty easy build. The third cavity is basically in the wing, which I know sounds really strange. In the fuselage, there is a location that shows you where this cavity in the wing sits, and that's where you set your receiver and all of your wiring to bunch together. And then when you marry the two together, the wing with the pocket actually covers your receiver. So in short, basically everything has to go from your two pocket locations, your battery and your ESC, into the main cavity underneath the wing where your receiver is. So anyway, you'll see for yourself. But anyway, there it is. The plane came out really good. Let me turn it over for you. Sorry about the camera work here. I'm by myself. So there's the camera. I have a Park 400 motor, and which worked out just about right with my 1800s and my 2200 mAh batteries that are a little larger that are suggested for this plane, but it worked out pretty good because I just needed one. I think it's 7 grams or one weight in the back in that location where that line is that's in the foam. You'll see the one I'm talking about. And this is another thing that's kind of strange. You can see the way that this fit up here. The wing actually is recessed below this section here, you know. Sorry, it's kind of hard to shoot video and point at the same time. So that part was kind of strange, but I don't think it'll have any effect on flight, which we don't know yet. We're going to have our first flight today. So, anyway, let's see. I was going to show you and tell you one other thing. My hobby guy suggested a 10-6, and I like these props here because they just got a lot of twist, and they just seem to be, you know, torquier than a lot of the other props that I've dealt with so far, which is not a whole lot. But the last thing is the foam spinner, which, you know, if you're like me, you know, the whole thing that makes this plane is that big red foam spinner that's on the front of the warplane itself. So this kit has a little rubber grommet that it looks like you glue on to your prop assembly and then glue that to the foam piece, with no way to get to your hardware to actually remove it. So it looks by design that once you get the prop on and you think everything's good, and maybe you fly it for a couple times and you don't think you're going to be disassembling the plane, you could go ahead and put your foam spinner on, because it's going to be a one-time deal only. So hopefully later on maybe we could put the spinner on, but I think if, you know, obviously if I have any uh-ohs, the spinner's not going to last long, and so that part was kind of disappointing. It'd be nice to see, you know, an actual prop assembly that has a foam spinner that would allow you to remove the prop and replace the motor, or do anything like that if you have to, and still have the spinner when you're all said and done. So anyway, and you can see that Spider-Man here is the pilot. Another suggestion that I would make is this battery compartment is very, very tight, and so with my 200, or this is an 1800 mAh battery, there is no space when you get it in here for your fingers or anything to take it out, especially after you get it velcroed in. So I just made me these little tabs out of duct tape, you know, this little tab right here. So after my battery is stuffed in there, which it fits in nice and snug, which is what everybody wants, I can just pull on my little tab and pop my battery out. So anyway, alright, so stay tuned for video 2, which is actual flight.